There exist corners on our planet where human presence is not only difficult, but utterly impossible, dominated by extreme forces where nature imposes absolute rules. Welcome to Global Index 360. Today we present the 3 most isolated and uninhabitable places on Earth. We begin our journey on the White Continent, in one of the most hostile secrets of world geography, the McMurdo Dry Valleys in Antarctica, an expanse of over 4,000 square kilometers free of ice and snow that hides a brutal paradox, being simultaneously the driest place on the planet. How is it possible for dry valleys to exist in Antarctica? The answer lies in a lethal combination of unique meteorological conditions where not a single drop of rain has fallen in over 2 million years, and relative humidity is almost non-existent due to katabatic winds descending from polar plateaus at terrifying speeds exceeding 300 km per hour, acting as a giant vacuum that instantly desiccates any trace of moisture. Beneath the permanently frozen surface of lakes like Lake Vita, scientists have discovered ancient extremophile ecosystems trapped in total darkness and high salinity, metabolizing iron and sulfur to defy biological limits, most notably demonstrated by the iconic Blood Falls where hypersaline water rich in iron oxide flows from an ancient glacier to stain the white ice a striking crimson, creating a natural laboratory that mirrors the harshness of Mars. If you thought the most arid and freezing land in Antarctica was the limit of planetary hostility, you are mistaken, as our journey through Global Index 360 now takes us to one of the most violent, inaccessible, and geologically active points on the globe where land is born from fire amidst absolute nothingness. The remote sub-Antarctic volcanic islands of Heard Island and the McDonald Islands in the southern Indian Ocean. Situated over 4,000 kilometers from any inhabited continent, reaching this territory requires navigating the most turbulent seas on Earth. Right at the center of this archipelago where the Big Bend stratovolcanic massif rises over 2,600 meters above sea level. Unlike other volcanoes, Big Bend is largely covered by glaciers, creating a titanic and constant collision between ancient ice and subterranean fire, where eruptions occur under severe conditions of perpetual hurricane-force winds that prevent safe approach by air or sea. Despite being dominated by volcanic destruction and a merciless climate, the coastal black sand beaches host massive colonies of marine wildlife including king penguins and elephant seals that brave the danger, while the interior remains a lethal zone of toxic gases and hidden glacial crevasses, serving as a brutal reminder of a living, dynamic planet operating without human witnesses. We have traveled across sterile frozen deserts and volcanic archipelagos whipped by fire and storms, but to find the most isolated, uninhabited, and inaccessible place on the entire planet, we must chart our map to the heart of the South Pacific Ocean, welcoming you to the climax of our ranking in Global Index 360, the famous Point Nemo. Formerly known as the Pacific Pole of Inaccessibility, this site is not an island or a mountain, but a mathematical point in the ocean located over 2,600 kilometers from the nearest coastline, meaning the closest human beings are not on Earth at all, but orbiting overhead aboard the International Space Station. Point Nemo is an aquatic desert where circular ocean currents prevent nutrient-rich waters from entering, creating a biological void with the lowest concentration of marine life on the planet, characterized by deep, silent water devoid of mass migrations. Yet, the most fascinating and unsettling aspect of this location is its modern role as the official spacecraft cemetery, where space agencies worldwide program the controlled re-entry of retired satellites, obsolete space stations, and cargo spacecraft that plunge from orbit to rest on the abyssal floor over 4,000 meters deep, establishing an ultimate frontier of profound distance and absolute silence.